Hi, I'm Sandy, and welcome to today's webisode of Sandy's Numerology. Today I'm going to look at Robert Gabriel Mugabe, Grace Mugabe, Zimbabwe and Zanu-PF, and I'm going to bring in something at the end which is very pertinent to South Africa. So firstly, Robert Gabriel Mugabe is born on the 21st of February 1924, and he's currently 93 years old. It's really interesting because he's got the gift of the gab. He's got very good language. He's about money and he's about power. He's about how I look, my appearance, and we know he wears his Zanu-PF colourful jackets wherever he goes with the scarves, etc. He's arrogant, he's difficult, he's well educated, and yet as educated as he is by the Western world, he negates the Western world, and yet it's very important to him how he is seen and how you see his ability to discuss and talk, and how his rhetoric, because he's got a 3 life path, he really has got the gift of the gab, and he's forever finger pointing and blaming. He's not a man who is honest, and he's not a man to be trusted either. He is currently in a 6-3 year, so his health is actually not good, excluding the fact that he is 93. But I feel that because his birthday is coming up in February, where he is now, his Robert is a 6, he's in a 6 year, there's a complete lack of focus. It's almost like his memory is starting to fail him, but his age adds to 3, which says he's still very important as to how I'm seen and where I'm seen and that I'm seen. And recently he did the university capping this past Friday on the 17th of November. So it's quite interesting, because he's got double hidden 5s, that the 21st of November coming up this week, if Robert Mugabe doesn't step down, then he will be impeached. And that day actually also adds to a double 5 with a 6 outcome. So actually on the 21st is a really, really bad day for him. And I think that you will find that as of next year, he's going to move, he's going to change direction. And this will kind of start 2 months before his birthday, so it could be around the 21st of December already that he's making some moves, and the move could be to leave the country. Zimbabwe's in a personal 5 year. They're born on the 18th of April 1980, and they are sitting in a year of change, a change of power. It's got militant, it's got a lot of racial overtones. It's all about money, and of course it's about power. So we've got the military power, we've got the people power, we've got ZANU power, Morgan Shangarai's party also power. But this military thing is actually very important, that this doesn't get into a negative, because 5 can misuse its power. So hopefully that this is going to be a calm transition. Even ZANU-PF, which was born on the 22nd of December 1987, the ZANU-PF for this whole of this past year is in a 7 year, which says its ZANU-PF has been directionless, and it's almost like they need to be free. They need to be freed. They need to find a way, a new way, a different way, which could easily be because of Robert Mugabe stepping down. But that directionless they've had it the whole of this year, and on the 22nd of December, which is their birthday in 2017, they're going into an all or nothing year, and they need to find some kind of balance and some kind of communication. But I feel that what is interesting is that had this whole military takeover and warning of just saying that they're looking for all the criminals around Mugabe and they're trying to protect him, is to actually really, I think it's a house arrest for sure. But as if this had happened in the early part of this year or around its birthday, there would have been a lot more problems, and I think that there might have been some life lost and some damages that are kind of almost are not repairable. But from February of 2018, Zimbabwe's got a refocus. I think there's going to be the potential of a lot more investment coming in there. So they've got to get past this current year to their birthday on the 18th of April for them to actually get out of this military time. And I think that when a 5 is never a good number, but it's about management, and if it's handled well, politically handled well, manners handled well, it's about the money, it's about relationships and how they negotiate. So hopefully there's not going to be any negatives there. Grace Mugabe is born on the 23rd of July 1965, and she's in a year to go into restriction. She's going into a really, really, really tough year, all the way through to 2018, even to 2019, where her money and her power is going to be affected. So I think that there's going to be a lot of problems, that she's not actually going to be able to live the life that she had planned with her nickname Gucci Grace. There's a lot of difficulties for her. I don't see her being a person who could actually take power in Zimbabwe. But I feel that there's going to be a lot of problems around Robert Mugabe's money that is sitting in foreign, because where he is sitting at the moment under his name, he's in a triangle of a fraud or to be defrauded, or this is about money and the power and power games. And he's got a lot of properties from Seychelles through to Dubai. He's got in Panama. He's even got his sons are living in a home here in Johannesburg. But I don't think that this is a place for him. But I think that his money, he might be one of the people that the foreign banks could actually start attaching the money that he has actually shipped out of the country for his lifestyle. Robert Mugabe being a 3-life path, everything about him is beauty and luxury and massive expenses, and it almost lives a false life altogether. Zanu-PF, in that directionless, it's interesting that Mugabe's not even on track with Zanu-PF. He's not on track with Zimbabwe. He's not even on track with his wife. But everything has been, for Grace, is about the money and how I look and how I'm seen. She's incredibly defiant. She's got a Dennis the Menace in her and a cheekiness in her that, for her to bounce back and come back, but probably only in about 3 years' time, she's going to have to go through a lot of a different lifestyle. One of the things that we have to watch out for is, because of Zimbabwe and what has gone on with Zimbabwe, is that in time to come, South Africa is going to go into a year like this, and that time is going to be around 2021, and South Africa needs to take a bit of a lesson from what has gone on in Zimbabwe, that we go to vote in 2019, that having that collective government is going to be far more important than having a one party that's in power. But 2021, we've got to take a leaf out of Zimbabwe's book and say that those kind of things are not going to work for us here in South Africa. If a military coup does happen, it's going to be because of the lack of voting and the people standing up and making our government accountable. That's it for this week, and thank you so much for watching Sandy's Numerology. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave your suggestions below.